A sudden band of severe thunderstorms tore through Arizona, catching residents off guard as skies darkened within minutes. What began as a routine summer storm quickly escalated into a flash flood emergency, with rainfall rates overwhelming the region's drainage capacity almost immediately. Streets that were dry an hour earlier turned into fast-moving channels of water, trapping vehicles and cutting off entire neighborhoods. Local emergency services issued flash flood warnings as water levels climbed at an alarming pace, urging residents to seek higher ground rather than attempt to drive through rising currents. In the low-lying district, floodwaters surged into homes and garages before residents had time to react. Furniture floated through living rooms as families scrambled to higher floors, and several households required boat-based rescues after being surrounded on all sides by fast-rising water. Rescue crews worked through the night, navigating flooded streets in inflatable boats to reach stranded families. Officials confirmed no injuries in this district, crediting early warnings and residents' quick decision-making, but emphasized that the danger was far from over. Major roadways transformed into churning waterways, sweeping away barriers and stranding dozens of vehicles. Mid-crossing drivers who misjudged the depth of floodwaters found themselves trapped, some climbing onto their car roofs to await rescue as currents pulled at their vehicles. Highway patrol shut down multiple routes as visibility dropped and hydroplaning conditions made travel impossible. Emergency responders repeatedly stressed a single message: turn around, don't drown, a warning that would prove critical as several low-water crossings became fatal traps for those who ignored it. As winds intensified alongside the rain, falling trees and debris tore through power lines, plunging tens of thousands of homes into darkness. Utility crews faced dangerous conditions themselves, forced to delay repairs until floodwaters receded enough for safe access.
Wow! Uh-oh, I better get inside.
Traffic signals went dark at major intersections, compounding the chaos on already flooded roads. Water treatment facilities reported strain as runoff overwhelmed systems, prompting temporary boil water advisories in several affected zones. Behind the statistics were families who lost everything in a matter of hours: vehicles destroyed, basements gutted, keepsakes swept away in muddy water. Local shelters opened their doors as displaced residents sought safety, with volunteers distributing food, blankets, and support to those left without power or a dry place to sleep. Businesses across the affected corridor shuttered indefinitely, with owners returning to find inventory ruined and structural damage that would take weeks to assess, let alone repair. As the storm system finally moved on, it left behind a landscape of downed trees, damaged roads, and waterlogged homes. Recovery crews began the long process of clearing debris and restoring services, but officials warned that saturated ground means the region remains highly vulnerable to renewed flooding with any further rainfall. Residents are urged to stay alert, monitor emergency alerts closely, and avoid any roadway showing signs of standing water, a lesson this community will not soon forget.